Yellow, yellow. Yellow, 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 yellow. Can you guys hear me? Yellow, 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 yellow. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? The one who encourages you to audit them. Alrighty, let's make sure we are on here. Northwood Press. What's up, pimp? We're going to look at definitions right now. Can you confirm with me, please, that you can hear my audio? I can hear you. Beautiful. Let me put this up here. Yup. Alrighty, let me make sure here it's loud and clear. 1 minute. Yep. Delay or no delay? I can hear you. Beautiful. Let me put this up here. Yep. Alrighty, sounds like we are on now. Alrighty. Oh, just headphones I gotta plug up probably. Headphones. For some reason there's an error. 1 minute here. Headphones plugged up. Okay, I don't know why it's reading through the loud one. Frank, 1 minute. Hey, hang on, guys. Let me put up the definitions here. We are looking at Black's 6th. Black's Law 6th edition. Black tape is in the back. Black tape project. Alrighty. Audios might be fine. Let me put on my headphones so we could hear better then. I'm not sure. You guys said the audio is clear, right? Alrighty. So let's go to define audit right here. It's been a long time. I have not read for you guys, but we are always on duty, always working, whether we're online or offline, always working. I just got off the phone with an attorney, in fact. You heard? Alrighty. Audit. And we may do maxims. Let me just focus this 1 minute. Here, you know what? I'll put my folder right here. Yeah, I could put this right here. Oh shit. Go like this. Elvira Lowe. Hey, who's that? Paul? Are you coming in here to troll again, Paul? So let's define audit from Black's Law. Here we go, finally, on money. Okay, audit. It says systematic inspection of accounting records involving analysis, tests, and confirmation. The investigation and examination of transactions that underlie an organization's financial statements. The hearing and investigation had before an auditor. An audience, a hearing, an examination in general, a formal or official examination, and authentication of accounts with witnesses, vouchers, etc. Audit equals not what you... Okay. Elvira, here's what we're going to go ahead and do for you real nicely, is not acknowledge you. So we'll go ahead and put you in a 24-hour timeout. Paul, find something better to do, Yellow Teeth. Yellow Teeth Paul. You're a grown adult, man. Stop trolling people. Alrighty, so we're going to continue on. There's more to this definition here, but one thing I'd like to point out before we move forward is where it says here, an audience, a hearing, an examination in general, the hearing and investigation. Alrighty, let's move forward. Hey, NH, how's it going? Alrighty, so audit continues. Let me fix the cursor. Fix the cursor here for you guys. And like I said, we may look through some maxims. Okay. Audit opinion. Here's the definition of audit opinion. Report of certified public accountant after an examination of financial statements expressing opinion on the fairness of presentation of such statements. The option may take one of the following forms: unqualified options, qualified opinion, or I meant unqualified opinion, qualified opinion, adverse opinion, disclaimer of opinion. Sanchez says, are you studying law? Alrighty. Howard, hey, how's it going? So audit report, a report that presents the auditors. Let me see if I could point with this pencil. Yep. Oh, great. Okay. A report that presents the auditor's opinion regarding the fairness of the financial statements. Audit trail. Chain of evidence connecting account balances or other summary results to the original transactions and calculations. The flow of events between the original transaction and the account balances in financial statements. Correspondence audit. Desk audit. Review of civil service positions to determine if duties and responsibilities of position fit job classification and pay grade. That's a beautiful one right there. I really like this one. Review of civil service positions to determine, wow, that's a big one, if duties and responsibilities of position fit job classification and pay grade. So think about this one right here and how big it is. Let me see. Do I have my highlighter with me? Let's see. Well, never mind, but let me go ahead and I'm going to put some music in the background. Some soft music here, so we'll probably go ahead and put some meditational Let's see right here. And what I wanted to say is we're going to keep on focusing on this stuff. I may put some, okay, got this in the background. Alrighty. This one, I really find this one interesting here. Yeah, I like the legal thesaurus. What brand? What name? So desk audit. Once again, we're looking at desk audit. Review of civil service positions. This one is so big as far as like for auditors that want to go out there and conduct an audit, right? It's telling us review of civil service positions, and the thing that allows us to utilize when we utilize FOIA and we receive the actual job description of the employees, that's telling us that we're able to determine if they are fit. So this is what reminds us of the first two paragraphs of the FOIA Act, to monitor affairs of government. If the music is too loud in the background, please let me know, guys. Moving on, field audit. An audit by the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, conducted on the business premises of the taxpayer or in the office of the tax practitioner representing the taxpayer, to be distinguished from a correspondence audit or an office audit. So you see, audit has many definitions. Audit has so many definitions, and let's go ahead and continue on here. Here goes independent audit. Hey T-Dot, how's it going? We have the document viewer here. So independent audit. Hey T-Dot, what do you say? Maybe after a few of these definitions, we open up the hardcover maxims. By the way, everybody, go subscribe to the Tribe channel. He reviews AmJur, American Jurisprudence. He reviews federal regulations. He reviews maxims, philosophy of law. There's no other channel like his out there. I may review some of the content that he already has in the past, which is maxims, law maxims. So right after this, we may get to that. Metal, how's it going? So independent audit, here we are. One conducted by an outside person or firm, not connected in any way to the company being audited. So there's another real good one right there. We'll put a star on that one. Again, it is one conducted by an outside person or firm, not connected in any way to the company being audited. Internal audit. Internal audit is an audit performed by personnel of company to assure that the internal procedures, operations, and accounting practices are in proper order, in contrast to an audit by outside independent auditors. Post audits. Oh, that's a good one for my bootlicker channel. When I start up a bootlicker channel, I'm going to have my own definition of the word post audits. Post audits in a bootlicker's view is a frauditor who can't locate poster 7. But let's read the definition here. Alrighty. Post audits. Post office. Post audits. Post audits. Audit of the funds spent on a capital project after the project has been completed, to assess the efficiency with which the funds were spent, evaluation of the expected future cash flow estimates, an evaluation of abandonment versus abandonment versus continuing the project. Let me put something heavy on this document viewer. There we go. Hey Victor, how's it going? Okay, that's the brand right there, West, yeah, or Burton. Hello there from Scotland, how's it going? Okay, tax audit, or the process of gathering information. So an evaluation of abandonment versus continuing the project, the process of gathering information on the actual results of capital project and comparing them to the expected results. A tax audit, an examination of books, vouchers, and records, or other transactions processing tax consequences? No, consequences of a taxpayers conducted by agents of IRS. Metal is saying you're doing deep dives into heavy law while others are still filming post offices. Nah, man, that's neither here nor there. Everybody has to do their part. Okay, adita. Oh, here's an interesting one. I read this one in the past. This one is. Let me remind myself here. Let me read it again. Adita querela, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Auditum is the only auditor that helps people get into it. I don't know if that's true, but adita querela, the name of a common law writ. Here's what I want to say. We are free audits. What I want to say is my entire channel, since it's been up for 4 years, since day one, I always been doing these readings here. But I took a long time off these readings. I have to get back into the readings. When I say took a long time off the readings, I still been doing it behind closed doors, in the dark. But I haven't been reading it to the people. Now I have to get back reading this shit to the people. Because all my previous videos, I put them in private mode or unlisted. It causes clutter on my channel. So, adita querela, the name of a common law writ, constituting the initial process in an action brought by a judgment defendant to obtain relief against the consequences of the judgment on account of some matter of defense or discharge arising since its rendition, and which, there's a camera, could not be taken advantage. Could not be taken advantage of, otherwise may also lie for matters. Let me push this button to make this clear. There we go. For matters arising before judgment. So, hey Donna, how's it going? Long time. Could not be taken advantage of, otherwise may also lie for matters arising before judgment, where defendant had no opportunity to raise such matters in defense. The writ has been abolished in most states. So this writ right here, adita querela, this writ has been abolished in most states that have adopted rules of civil procedure. Okay, so it's similar to that, I believe. Adita querela, civil procedure being, what's that? Supplanted by motion for relief from judgment. Motion planted by motion for relief from the judgment. Rule of Civil Procedure 60B. Audit committee. Been busy, have you? As have you. Yep. Audit committee. We Are Free says, I think a lot of up-and-coming channels don't get the support from bigger channels, what I mean. Yeah, yep. Audit committee, a committee of the board of directors of a corporation, usually consisting of outside directors who nominate the independent auditors and discuss their work with them. If the auditors believe certain matters should be brought to the attention of stockholders, the auditors first bring the matters to the attention of the audit committee. Okay, nothing special. Auditor. Now here's the definition of auditor. First we looked at the definition of audit. Now we're going to look at the definition of auditor. We may look at the definition of the word attorney as well right after this. Attorney. Auditor. One who checks the accuracy, comma, fairness, and general acceptability of accounting records and statements, and then assets to them. A certified public certified public accountant. I like here how it says an auditor is one who checks the fairness, the accuracy. Okay, a state official whose duty is to examine the accounts of state agencies to determine if expenditure were made in accordance with authorizations by legislature. An officer of a business who examines and verifies. I wanted to scroll up like this with my pencil, thinking I got a solace. An officer of a business who examines and verifies accounts for accuracy. An officer or others of the court assigned to the state that items of a debt and or credit or debit or credit between the parties in a suit where accounts are in question and exhibit the balance under rules of civil procedure. Okay, beautiful. Internal auditors. Individuals in a large organization who review and monitor the organization's accounting procedures and controls. Well, that about it for audit and auditor. Authentic. Let's look at authentic. Genuine, true, real, pure. Fix the, let me push this button here. Stabilization. Yup, T-Dot said it best. The purpose of an audit is to check practice against procedure and thoroughly document any differences. Authentic, genuine, true, real, pure, reliable, trustworthy, having the character and authority of an original, duly vested, with all necessary formalities and legally attested. Competent, credible, and reliable as evidence. Hey, Four Corners, what's up, man? You gonna send me the email or what, bro? Did they clone you? Authentic copy, authentication, authority. Let's go to attorney. Attorney. Go to attorney right here. Alrighty. Attorney. Attorney. In the most general sense, this term denotes an agent or substitute, or one who is appointed and authorized to act in the place or stead of another. An agent, or one acting on behalf of another. In its most common usage, however, unless a contrary meaning is clearly intended, this term means attorney at law. Oh, beautiful. I had to read this a couple times here. This means attorney at law, lawyer, or counselor at law. Attorney means an attorney, professional, law, association, corporation, or partnership authorized under applicable law to practice law. Bankruptcy Code 101. Moving forward. That was the definition of attorney, and it continues. I just fixed the bit. Let me fix the bit rate. The word attorney includes a party prosecuting or defending an action in person. Okay, moving on. Attorney at large. An attorney at large in old practice, an attorney who practiced in all the courts. Oh wow, that's very that number should be very like rare, right? An attorney at large. Meadow said, great atmosphere, law education from a master. Hey, salute to you, bro. Thank you for that contribution, bro. Thank you. Attorney at law. Now, this is the one that I like. Attorney at law. Person admitted to practice law in his respective state. Oh no, wait a minute. This is attorney at law. So great. They define typically. Attorney is typically an attorney at law. Person admitted to practice law in his respective state and authorized to perform both civil and criminal legal functions for clients, including drafting of legal documents, giving of legal advice, and representing such before courts, administrative agencies, boards, etc. T. Is he in the who's who? Okay. Attorney ethics. Alright, moving on. Attorney fees. Moving on. Attorney in fact. This is the one that I like. In fact, I am an attorney. Attorney in fact. A private attorney authorized by another to act in his, let me even zoom in. Alrighty. Let me hit this button right here to adjust the resolution. One more click. Alrighty, there it is. Perfect. Attorney in fact. A private attorney is a private attorney authorized by another to act in his place and stead. So I guess a private attorney, T. is an attorney authorized by another attorney. But let's continue here. Either for some particular purpose, as to do a particular act, or for the transaction of business in general, not of a legal character. This authority is conferred by an instrument in writing called a letter of attorney, or more commonly, a power of attorney. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read that one a few times over. But let's move on here. Attorney of record, no license. Attorney of record, attorney whose name must appear somewhere in permanent record or files of a case, or on the pleadings, or some instrument filed in case, or on an appearance docket. Person whom the client has named as his agent upon whom service of papers may be made. An attorney who has filed a notice of appearance through a precipice, what is this? And who hence is formally mentioned in the court of records as an official attorney of the party. Once an attorney becomes an attorney of record, he often cannot withdraw from the case without court permission. Okay, that's neither here nor there. This is all cute. Here's the two definitions I wanted to point out. Why it caught my attention earlier, because both attorney on page 86 in the Black's Law 6th edition is side by side with audit. Okay, attorney side by side. Sir, are you an attorney? In fact, I am. Nah, that's neither here nor there. I'm running to grab the Black's Law or the maxims. I'm going to grab the maxims right now. Let me go ahead and replace this counsel. Guys, give me 1 second here. I'm bringing another hardcover. Just give me 1 second, please. And Maxim has a nice index in there, so we'll look through the index. Give me 1 minute, please. Alrighty. We are back on site. Here's maxims of law. Man, this is a real good packet here. Salute to the T-Dot. T-Dot goes over this packet on his channel, Tribe. If you're on a desktop, you're able to click on his username and it'll take you directly to his channel. Make sure you subscribe. This is maxims here. It's got it all. I printed this out. It was so good that I had to print it on hardcover. What are we going to be looking at here is we're going to be jumping into, let's read through what they have first here. Let's try to zip through them real quick. You guys tell me if there's anyone in particular that you guys want to point out. 105. We got accidents at number 1. Act, acts, actions. Advice and opinion. So let's say here, let's just skim through them. Agent, agree, agreement. Ambiguity, I don't know how to pronounce that word. Annual, abrogate, revoke. Ambiguity. Arguments, arms, attempt. Authority, power at 11. Benefits and privileges. Buying and selling, cause and effect. Certainty. Clause and provision. Common knowledge and usage. I like that one. I like number 17. Donna says after they stated to the license, after they started to license the profession, one needs to find a way to refer themselves that they won't get them arrested for impersonating. Yeah, definitely. Common law, condition, confirm, consent. All right, yada yada. You guys got this shit on the screenshot. I'm gonna jump through to jurisdiction is another good one, but right now I'd like to jump into common knowledge and usage. Common knowledge and usage. 17. Common knowledge and usage. Here we go. So right at the bottom here, there should be 17A. There should be, these are what I call these proverbs. Let me read the first one. There should be no departure from a common observance or common usage. There should be no departure from a common observance or common usage. Some of the shit you gotta really think about it. But what I'm saying about here, about this stuff right here, is that this reminds me of Proverbs from the Bible, the book of Proverbs, but the law version of Proverbs. Low-key Metal, he's probably P Kicker in the background. Metal, are you P Kicker, bro? Alrighty, carry on. 17B. Names of things ought to be understood according to common usage, not according to the opinions of individuals. Names of things ought to be understood according to common usage, not according to the opinions of other individuals. I like that one, opinions of individuals. That's called an orange. It's called an orange. It's not your opinion. Common opinion is good authority in law. Common opinion is good authority in law. Yeah, if there's a lot of bootlickers, that's the common opinion. That's good authority in law. The judge is also a bootlicker. Common error sometimes passes current as law. Common error sometimes passes current as law. Common knowledge includes matters of learning, experience, history, and facts of which judicial notice may be taken, and may be referred to an argument of counsel. Common knowledge includes matters of learning, experience, history, and facts of which judicial notice may be taken, and may be referred to an argument of counsel. Uh, 17F. 17F. Custom and common usage overcomes the unwritten law. If it be special, and interprets the written law. If the law be general, custom and common usage overcomes unwritten law. Yeah. So a lot of this stuff is like common sense here, but at the same time, this is in my opinion, the lawful version of Proverbs. Oh wow, consent. Look at consent. Let's go to 21. Consent. I'm just going to do a couple of these. T-Dot knows how to break this shit down. He puts the Black's Law side by side with this shit. Every consent involves a submission. I submit. But a mere submission does not necessarily invoke consent. Right, under duress. But a mere submission does not necessarily involve consent. Consent makes the law. Wow, that's a big fucking ticket too, and it's true, real easy. Consent makes the law. He may consent. What's this? Tactly. Who may consent expressly? Tacitly. Tacit, like a tacit agreement. I gotta look that up anyway. He who can will. He who can will. exercise volition, has a right to refuse, to will, to hold, to consent, yada yada. Like I said, some of this shit, you know, there's some good stuff in here. But now, yeah, that's good with that. I just wanted to bring that to you guys' attention. See, I printed this out. I had to tape it up and make my own 75-page booklet. Moving forward, we're getting back to the Black's Law here real fast. I'm going to jump through some pages. Expressed trust. See trusts. Fighting words doctrine. Oh shit. Look how we stumbled on this one. Let's read this one since we're here. Fighting words doctrine, the First Amendment doctrine that holds that certain utterances are not constitutionally protected as free speech if they are intentionally likely to provoke a violent response from the audience. Words which by their very utterances inflict injury or tend to incite an immediate breach of the peace, having direct tendencies to cause acts of violence by the persons to whom individually remark is addressed. The test is what persons of common intelligence would understand to be words like to cause an average addressee to fight. Yeah, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Home rule. Everything on in here. Interstate commerce. That's a good one. Interstate commerce. Traffic intercourse. Oh, that's what he said. One of the Randy Kelton, I think, he said interstate commerce means sex. So look what it says right here. Intercourse. We're going to define intercourse. But let's read this first. That's going to be the next one. Here we have interloper. Alrighty, beautiful. Interstate commerce, traffic, sex, intercourse. We're going to define that. Commercial, before we move forward, matter of fact, let's define that. Let's define the word intercourse. 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 Here we go, intercourse. I'm sure it has multiple definitions. Intercourse. Communication. That's what it means. Literally. Communication. Literally. Okay. Passing between persons or places. Commerce. Sexual relations. I guess he was saying that to be funny. Hey, Randy Kelton. Okay. Interpleader. We're going to get into that too. So interstate commerce means traffic, intercourse, commercial trading, or of the transportation of persons or property between or among the several states of the Union, or from or between points in one state and points in another state. Commerce between two states or between places lying in different states. And it comprehends all the component parts of commercial intercourse between different states. Define citizen. Yeah, we'll get to citizen. Right now we're in the I section. So I wanted to check this word out right here. I wanted to show you guys interloper. Sometimes I use that word. And this is what the word interloper means. It sounds like a slur. Where was it at? Oh, wait a minute. Interpreter. Interloper. It's basically someone who involves themselves where they're not asked. Define. Alrighty. Oh, I thought it was on the same page. Alrighty. Before we get to that, once we stumbled on interloper, I stumbled on this word right here. Interference. Interference. Cops like to use that all the time. Interference, a patent. Fix the screen. Interference, a patent and trademark office proceeding to determine priority of invention between two or more parties claiming interference. Yep. An interference may be between two or more patent applicants or one or more patentees, at least one patent applicant. It may be declared sua sponte by the Patent and Trademark Office or requested by patent. That's strange, man. Here's the definition of interference, if I'm not saying it wrong. Metal is saying Bat Borat. Metal, I think that you are a quasi. I'm not sure who you are, Metal. Where are you from? The bootlickers are so funny. They're running around saying I made a secondary channel, bootlicker channel named Borat. No, that's not me. I'll say it one time. I'll say it two times. That's not my channel. But when I do make a bootlicker channel, it's not going to be no secret. I'm going to go on there dissing, taking shots. And I'm not talking about liquor. Moving on here. Interloper. The word of the day. Persons who interfere or intermeddle into businesses to which they have no right. Persons who enter a country or place to trade without license. Or one who meddles in affairs which are none of his business and for which he has no responsibility. So that's the part we're going to focus on. That's the big fucking part right there. Let me underline that. One who meddles in affair, watch this. One who meddles in affairs, and we're going to define meddles. One who meddles in affairs, I got to get my highlighter. Let me get up and get that. This is how it relates to police. Some police officers. One who meddles in affairs which are none of his business and for which he has no responsibility. How the F does a police chief or police officer come and insert himself where it's none of his responsibility? He has no business. He's an intermeddler. He's an interloper. Now, intermeddle. Intermeddle to intermeddle to interfere wrongfully with the property or the conduct of business affairs, officiously, or without right or title. Wow, that's a big fucking ticket right there, T-Dot. Intermeddle, not an intermeddler, intermeddle. Intermeddle to interfere wrongfully with property. Damn, T-Dotter. Do you hear that fucking big word? To interfere wrongfully with property. When I asked them for the seal, they gave me the seal that I'm supposed to have. But now Bearcat says define gift. You are bound to commerce by expecting to be a citizen. Howard says gift, a thing given willfully to someone without payment. Alrighty, let's see what else we have here. Intermediate, interim. I always hear that word. Let's look at that one. No, that's the interim clerk. That's the interim deputy. Interim. Interim in the meantime. Okay, that's our interim deputy. It's our in the meantime, while temporary between an assignee is appointed between the time of the break. Okay, alright. Not a big deal. So interloper, yeah, that's a beautiful one. Alrighty, moving on. Interpleader, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Interpleader. An equitable proceeding to determine the rights of rival claimants to property held by a third person having no interest therein. When two or more persons claim the same thing or fund of a third, and he, laying no claim to it himself, is ignorant which of them has a right to it, and fears he may be prejudiced by their proceeding against him to recover it, he may join such claimants as defendants and require them to interplead their claims so that he may be exposed to the double or multiple liability. A defendant exposed to similar liability may obtain such interpleader by the way of cross-claim or counterclaim. Interpleader in federal court is governed by Federal Interpleader Act Title 18 or AT-USC. Interplea, a plea by which a person sued in respect to the property disclaims any interest in it and demands that the rival claimants shall litigate their titles between themselves and relieve him from responsibility. Alrighty, that's above my pay grade. International trade courts. No, I want to see International Court of Justice. Arrest warrants for these warmongers. Interpretation. Alrighty, interstate commerce. We've seen that. We're in the L section or in the I section right now. So let's see what we stumble on here. Issue. The act of issuing, sending forth, emitting, or promulgating, I can't pronounce that word, the given a thing, promulgating, the giving a, I think that means when you put into effect, promulgating. The given a thing at first inception as the issue of an order of a writ. Let me read that one over one more time. The act of ensuing. So issue. The act of, or I said ensuing. The act of issuing. Issue is the act of issuing, sending forth, emitting, or promulgating. Like I said, I can't pronounce that. The giving a thing, it's first inception. Issue. The giving a thing is first inception. As the issue of an order or a writ. Metal, I'm trying to figure out who you are, bro. I really think you're a sideliner. Item. Alright. License. Yeah, license is a good one, bro. License. Listens. License listens. Let's look at license. Liberty. Let's read this one real quick. Liberty, freedom from all restraints except such as are justly imposed by law. Look at all the dirt under his fingernails. Liberty, freedom from, grab my pencil here. Liberty, freedom from all restraints except such as are justly imposed by law. Freedom from restraint under conditions essential to the equal enjoyment of the same right by others. Freedom regulated by law. The absence of arbitrary restraint, not immunity from responsible regulations and prohibitions imposed in the interests of the community. Yada yada. Alrighty. License. Lien. A claim, encumbrance, or a change. Yada yada. License. Here we go. License. Oh, move it down. License. A person who has a privilege to enter upon land arising from. This was a great call. Whoever called for me to read this, I needed this right now. A person who has a privilege to enter upon land arising from the permission or consent. Read that over. A person who has a privilege to enter upon land arising from the permission or consent, express or implied, or the possessor of land, but who goes on the land for his own purpose rather than for any purpose or interests of the processor for duty of care purpose. One who is privileged to enter or remain upon land by virtue or of processor's consent, whether given by an invitation or permission. Person to whom a license has been granted formally. The duty owed to a license was that of refraining from willful, wanton, and reckless conduct. This rule has been changed, and now, in most jurisdictions, the occupier of land owes the license the duty of responsible due care. Man, that's hogwash, the whole thing. Hey, Nate, how's it going? Damn, 2 messages retracted in a row? What the F? What the hell, man? What the hell? What the hell? Alrighty. So, yeah, this is very strange, this definition right here. Gotta read that over. That's hogwash. Gotta read it over a couple times. A person who has privilege to enter upon land. But then again, these words always change. Every 10 years they change these words. In 2023 we had 2 genders, male, female. It's 2024 now. We gotta acknowledge the time. There's 94 genders. So let's move forward. Lynch law. What is Lynch law? Speaking about Lynch, what is Lynch law? Lynch law, a term descriptive of the action of unofficial persons, organized bands, or mobs who seize persons charged with or suspected of crimes, or takes them out of the custody of the law and inflicts summary punishment upon them, without legal trial and without the warrant or authority of the law. Unfucking believable. Christina Lynch Law. She's a legal law. She's the one who stood by this definition. And she tried to trample on me. But let's go ahead and move the fuck on. Lying in wait. Lying in wait. Lying in ambush. Lying in wait. Lying in ambush, lying hidden or concealed for the purpose of making a sudden and unexpected attack upon a person who he shall arrive at the scene. Damn, so both of these fucking definitions fit that video to a T. Look, when I entered the Cook County Assessor's office, look what happened. Lying in wait. Lying in ambush, lying hidden or concealed for the purpose of making, well, they lied to my face and they lied concealment too. For the purpose of making a sudden and unexpected attack upon a person who shall arrive at the scene for purposes of aggravating circumstances. Elements necessary to constitute lying in wait are watching, waiting, and concealment from person killed. No, never mind, this shit don't apply. Wanting the intent to kill. Well, they wanted my ass escorted out by the police. But let me not say extra shit. This one don't apply, but this one does. Alrighty, maintain, that's cute. Great term. Mail fraud. I read this one. I'm going to get this one tattooed. Mail fraud. And when I say mail, I'm talking USPS mail, but not mail as in a man. Mail fraud. The use of the mails to defraud is a federal offense requiring the government to prove a knowing use of the mails to execute the fraudulent scheme. Elements of mail fraud are a scheme to defraud and the mailing of a letter for the purpose of executing the scheme. Yep, that's 18. Title 18 USC. Now go back to citizen. Yep, I'll go to citizen for you right now. We are in the M section, but we're going to jump into the C section. You have to wait. It's going to load up, bro. The book has to load up. Even though this is a hardcover book, you have to wait for the loading. It's loading up right now. He wants citizen. 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 City. He's a city. He lives in a city. He's a zen. Citizen. He lives in a city, and he's a zen. It's loading, it's loading. City, citizen, citation, citators, cite, civil. Citizen, here we go, citizen. Chicago style manual. Let me screenshot that, man. You're talking some advanced shit, bro. Let me take a screenshot. Hold on. He said Chicago manuals. 11-143. Alrighty. I never know. I don't know who Bay's Baccarat is. First time seeing you, but it looks like you know. It looks like you're on an agenda. The agenda for truth. Alrighty, citizen. Yeah, this is another definition I gotta continuously look at. Citizen. Drum roll. Alrighty, citizen. One who, under the Constitution and laws of the United States, or of a particular state, is a member of the political community, owing allegiance, right, this is a good one, owing allegiance and being entitled to the enjoyment of full civil rights. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. United States Constitutional 14th Amendment, slavery. Citizens. Jellyfish says, wow, I can't believe I'm prominently awake for a prominently displayed video. It's prominently awesome in the spirit of transparency. Salute to Sha, bro. Salute to Sha. Nate says, audit them. I want you to know that I have a lot of respect for you, and I hope that we could audit. You plan on coming out to the sea? Nate, you plan on coming out to the Chicago? Excuse me. Citizens. Well, we know what that means, but let's focus back on citizen. This one is interesting. I'll grab my highlighter here. Citizen is one who's under the Constitution, under the Constitution and laws of the United States of a particular state, is a member of a political community, owing allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States. Okay, so owning allegiance and being entitled to the enjoyment of full civil rights. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens. So they're all subjects. So that's why there's guys that go out there and file, like they say, nationalists. Oh wow, citizens arrest. Citizens arrest in Black's law. A private citizen as contrasted. A private citizen as contrasted with a police officer. This one is saying with a police officer, may under certain circumstances make an arrest, generally for a felony or a misdemeanor amounting to a breach of the peace. A private person may arrest another for a public offense committed or attempted in his presence when the person's arrested has committed a felony, although not in his presence, when a felony has been in fact committed and he has reasonable cause to believe that a person arrested has committed it. This is similar to the Illinois one, does not require having a police in the presence, in the site. Donna says, have to spend a moment protecting their children against, especially in schools. Doctors, when the doctor writes a message of either two things, you folks have to have like T-Dot. Photogenic audio memory or a pencil taking down notes. Civil action, citation, citizenship. Here's another one, citizenship. Scroll up, please. No, it's not all only for a felony. It's not. It didn't say only for a felony or a misdemeanor amounting to a breach of peace, or a misdemeanor amounting to a breach of peace. Every time I declared citizen private person arrest, I always mentioned this person has breached my peace. So it's like it all syncs. Citizenship. The status of being a citizen. There are 4 ways to acquire citizenship. First one, file a FOIA. By birth in the United States, that's the first one. By birth in U.S. territories, that's number 2. By birth outside of the U.S. or by birth outside the U.S. to U.S. parents, and by neutralization. Okay, so those 4. Naturalization, I say neutral. Naturalization, C yada yada. City. A municipal corporation, that's a fact. A municipal corporation in most states of the largest and highest class, also the territory within the corporate limits, a political entity of or subdivision for local government's purposes. What's that? Commonly headed by mayor or governmental head. Alrighty, that's neither here nor there. Not inalienable rights accorded to man. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, man. There's a lot of good info out there. Alrighty, civil disabilities. One minute here, guys. Shit, what the fuck? Civil. 1 minute, guys. I have a. This is a document reader. Claim to demand as one's own or as one's right, to assert, to urge, to insist. A cause of action means by or through which claimant obtains possession or enjoyment of privilege of things, demand for money or property, as of right, insurance claim. I demand this property, adverse. Okay. With respect to the claims to a negotiable instrument of which a holder in due course takes free, the term claim means any interest or remedy recognized in law or equality that creates in claimant a right to the interest or its proceeds, right to payment, yada yada. Moving forward. Alrighty, let's jump through the batch here. Sometimes I just like skipping 20-30 pages and see what word we stumble on. Damages to person. The measure of injury, physical, mental, and emotional. This is what a lot of the YouTubers go through. Damage to person, the measure of injury, physical, mental, and emotional as a result of another's action or omission, whether such action or omission be intentional or negligent. Damages, injury, yada yada, I don't care. Alrighty, de jure corporation. Corporation which has been created as a result of compliance with all the constitutional or statutory requirements of state of incorporation. This one sounds like oxymoron. De jure corporation which has been created as a result of compliance with all the constitutional or statutory requirements. But that's just my opinion. Yeah, Acts of Interpretation 1901, Section 2B. Hey, Chi-Town checking in. Alrighty, let's see what else we have here. Dissent. Contrary or of an opinion, disagreement with the majority, refusal to agree with something already stated or adjudged or to an act previously performed. The term is most commonly used to denote the explicit disagreement of one or more judges of a court with the decision passed by the majority upon a case before them. In such event, the non-concurring judge is reported as A dissent may or may not be accompanied by a dissenting opinion. Division, divide, an act of, because this is all in the counties, they have different divisions, right? Functional subdivision, act of distributing among a number portion of territorial area marked off for a particular purpose, operating or administrative unit of government. Yep, that's what they use. Court, business, or school system, condition of being divided in opinion. Major military unit, separation of members of a legislative body to take a vote. That's nothing new. Doctrine. Doctrine, a rule, principle, theory, or tenet of the law. Clean hand. Duty. Here's another good one. Duty. A human action which is exactly a duty, a human action which is exactly conformable to the laws which require us to obey them. Legal or moral obligation, an obligation that one has by law or contract. Obligation to conform to legal standard of reasonable conduct in light of apparent risk. Obligation conduct, obligatory conduct of service, mandatory obligation to perform. An obligation recognized by the law requiring actor that's cute, requiring actor to conform to a certain standard of conduct for protection of others against unreasonable risks. Coin, the original, says, hey man, thank you for, he might do auditing as a hobby. Yeah man, if you do, send me the video, I'll share it on my channel and we'll get some subs sent to you, if possible. What state are you in? Yeah, I gotta get back on these readings, man, because I know you guys, a lot of you guys don't care about the freestyle and the music and shit I do. A lot of you guys don't care about the, you know, some extra miscellaneous shit I do on my channel. But I always been, since the beginning, very beginning of my channel, I always been doing these readings. I just took a little time off for a little bit, but I will be back on it, on schedule. Business as usual. Hey, IB, how's it going? The definitions need a definition. Yeah, that is a fact. Emergency. Let's see what else we have here. To ensure. To ensure. That's a word used in the FOIA Act, to ensure it is being conducted in the public interest. So ensure means to operate or take effect. The FOIA Act is put in place to ensure, to operate or take effect, to serve to the use, benefit, or advantage of a person. Oh, that's amazing. I'm fully taking advantage of the FOIA Act. Take advantage of a person. A release to the tenant for life. What's that? Inures to him in reversion. That is, it has the same effect for him as for the tenant for life. Alrighty, I'm going to have to read that one over. But To operate, to take effect, to serve to the use, benefit, or advantage of a person. That's a good one. So he said, any advice? I'm in Colorado and haven't done one yet, but been watching them for a past year now. Now, if you're asking me for advice the first time if you want to audit, my advice is for you to read the Colorado Public Record Act, the FOIA Code of Colorado. That's the best advice somebody could, well, in my opinion, that is great advice. Inform yourself about your FOIA code because it is a constitutional form of government, constitutional form of paper. And get a clipboard so you can put your paperwork on, or fold the paperwork up and put it in your pocket. Memorize it. Walk in there knowing the shit. Equitable relief. IB says, police do not take the time out to do this reading. This is why we are the highest ranking member. That's why we are the highest ranking member of the public. I agree. Equitable relief, that species, what's that? That species of relief sought in court with entity powers, as, for example, in the case of one seeking an injunction or specific performance instead of money damages. So, in the case of one seeking an injunction or specific performance instead of money damages. Equitable, equity. Equity by statute. Alrighty. Foreign laws, foreign affairs, foreign courts, foreign jurisdiction. Habeas corpus. I know this is a big one too, that I got to keep reading over and over. Okay, habeas corpus. This word is like the Twilight Zone. Every time I read it, it changes. Habeas corpus. Habeas corpus. Habeas. Latin. You have the body. The name given to a variety of writs, of which these were anciently emphatic words, have for their object to bring a party before a court or judge, having for their object to bring a party before a court or judge in common usage, and whenever these words are used alone, they are usually understood to mean the they mean habeas corpus, a subjectidem, a form of collateral attack. Yeah, this is the definition I'm going to have to like write on its own, put it in its own page. That's the word in its own classroom. Moving on here. Wow, it's 2:14. I didn't even know it's that late. Hey, eyes on the audit. How's it going? I might start a panel after this. Probably freestyle some music for the words that I read, maybe. But yeah, let's see what else we have. lingerie. Government employee looking up sex while they should be doing work. We looked up license. Let's go to Zionist. Let's see if Zionist is in here. Let's see if the word Zionist is in the Black's Law. X, Y. Then we'll start getting into that shit too. You said you need assistance. What type of assistance, bro? What type of FOIA assistance? Zionists. Nope. Not in here. Not in here. Well, this is a law dictionary. I don't think they'll have a political agenda. But let's check this out. Nope. Pace. Let's read the word definition of pace, since that is the name of a company, a bus company, government bus company. So a pace means a measure of length containing 2.5 feet. Containing 2.5 feet, being the ordinary length of a step. The geometrical pace is 5 feet long, being that the length of 2 steps or the whole space passed over by the same foot from one step to another. I'm going to have to go into the PACE government agency once again. I'm going to have to tell them well, that's neither here nor there. Okay, that's interesting. Paper. You might think you know these words, but here are the definitions. Paper, a written or printed document or instrument. A document filed, or introduced in evidence in a suit of law, in a suit at law. Suit at law. Notice how they say at all the time, as in the phrase papers in the case and in papers on appeal. Any writing or printed document, including letters, memoranda, yada yada. Alrighty, that's not a big deal. Instrument. Yeah, that should be a good one. Instrument. Intangible. Instrument, insurance, institution, here we go, instrument. Instruct. Before we get to that, let me look up instruct. This is the word I always use. Ma'am, I'm here to instruct today, ma'am. I'm here to instruct, ma'am. So, since I use that word all the time, let's define it. Instruct. To convey information as a client to an attorney, or as an attorney to a counsel, or as a judge to a jury, to authorize one to appear as an advocate, to give a case in charge of a jury. Oh, so yeah, therefore audit them. You have no authority to instruct anybody. Well, aren't you the same bootlickers that instruct these employees to how to file copyright strike? So that's cute, but let me do a Google search for the word instruct, because this says to convey information as a client to an attorney, or as an attorney to counsel, or as a judge to trial. Nowhere in this code does it say you have a right to instruct anybody. Instruct definition.
Here's the definition of instruct: direct or command someone to do something, especially as an official order.
Oh, that's cute. Well, Google has two definitions for the word instruct. The second definition is to teach someone a subject or skill, and that's the word that I use when I say instruct. I'm here to instruct and facilitate, to teach someone, or to direct them as well, or command someone to do something, especially as an official order. No, not as an official order, or not especially, but in this case, this has two different meanings here. We're looking at Black's Law. Nowhere in Black's Law does it say instruct what it says in the new editions here. This is a legal dictionary, right? Yeah, you're right, T-Dot. This holds more power. So I'm probably going to have to change that word from instruct. But it's okay. I could still use it on this day and age shit. Katie, how's it going? Instructions. Right, instruct. Instructions. Okay, T-Dot, we're here for you, bro. Instrument. Instrument, a formal or legal document in writing, such as a contract, deed, will, bond, or lease, a writing that satisfies the requisites, I gotta search that up, of negotiability prescribed by UCC, Uniform Commercial Code, Article 3. A negotiable instrument defined in UCC 3104, or a security defined, or any other writs, including which evidences a right to the payment of money and is itself a security agreement or lease. This is something I would have to read a few times. Katie says, I've been shadow banned because of these copyright strikes. Who copyright strike you, Katie? I thought you have original content. How could somebody strike you? Okay. This has got the United States Constitution. Yeas and nays. Yeas and nays. Wrong. Let's define wrong. That's amazing though, what it says in this dictionary about instruct. Okay, wrong, a violation of the legal rights of another, an invasion of right to the damage of the parties who suffer it, especially a tort. It usually signifies injury to a person, property, or relative, non-contractual rights of another than wrongdoer, or relative non-contractual rights of another than wrongdoer, with or without force, but in more extended sense includes violation of contract. Because of some music in some car going by. That's crazy, because my channel, they don't mess with my channel for music. I always receive some complaints from YouTube because of music, but it doesn't affect my channel. It just says, hey, we blocked this video in 72 countries. But it doesn't have an effect because I play music or play the radio, popular songs. Okay. Westlaw. Westlaw is a computer-assisted legal research service provided by West Publishing. That ain't no problem. W4 form. Oh, that's cute. IRS. Everybody knows what that is. The Employees Withholding Allowance Certificate. Employees Withholding Allowance Certificates, indicating the number of exemptions that the employees are claiming. Alrighty, I think we're gonna wrap it up though. I might do a panel in the next 20 minutes. I might open up a panel in the next 30 minutes. Music. And I love making music. When I make music and I freestyle and shit, it's not everybody's taste. I know that. But at the same time, it's experimental music, and there's disclaimers, as in you may not like it, it may be too loud, it may be too low, but at the same time, it's not for everybody. If you enjoy it, please make sure you tune in, hit the thumb up. And we set up a DJ, by the way. Look in the back screen. There's a virtual DJ back there in our studio right now, in our virtual studio. If you look at the screen, it's a big screen virtually, but it's small as in how it appears here. Come join our panel for a few minutes. Eyes on the audit. Where's your panel? Are you about to start it, or how are you going to do it? I'm going to run in the kitchen for a few minutes. I'm going to flip over a ticket real fast and get in the zone like Steve Emerson. They did remove a video because of privacy complaint from a lady that told me her husband died. Oh, wow. Audit them, thank you. Have to write my speech for tomorrow. Donna, salute to you. We live. Okay, eyes on the audit. Definitely. I may swing in. I'll check you out. Anyways, guys, thank you all for coming in. By the round of a comment, can you guys press the number 1 if you want me to get back into these readings? I have not did these readings in a long time. As you guys know, I go through the Black's Law sometimes. Most of the time I go through the statutes, sometimes through state constitution, United States Code, very rarely like T.Amger. But if you guys want me to continue doing some of these streams, please confirm with me. Press the number 1. Alrighty. And that way, let me shout out everybody in here. Freedom Accept, hello there. North, hello there. Doctor, hello there. Meadow, hello there. NH and I's, hello there. T. hello there. Alrighty, guys, I think we're gonna clock out for the remainder. Like I said, I'll probably be on shortly. It doesn't have to be the taste of everybody, but if some folks like it, then that's good enough. The reservoir is ready. The reservoir of knowledge is available. Till the next time, the one who encourages you to audit down. Fair one, plenty love. File one. FOIA. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love you. Eyes, I may be there, bro. Let me check you out. Bear Britain, salute to